Zone, Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Will Levis, Tennessee Titans quarterback, in studio for one more segment.
A lot of fun.
Speaking of quarterbacks, was there a challenging aspect to that transition last year from Tannehill to you?
It's uncomfortable. It always is. When a change is made like that.
Just as a person, right?
Exactly, because I have so much respect for Ryan, and I have so much to thank him for my development as a player and how to teach me how to be a professional. He's a great player, and I know that he still has the opportunity to do great, or has the ability to do great things in this league. But you can't feel bad. You have to just kind of take the opportunity as it is and make the most of it yourself. But he handled it as professionally as he possibly could, and I give him props for that.
Were you surprised by your performance in that first game? I'm interested in, you said you were nervous. Like, how do you battle through being nervous about, hey, I'm about to start my first NFL game, and then to play like you did?
I think that I was just surprised in terms of, like, you really don't, like, if you have a few, handful of shots dialed up for a game, if you're able to connect on a couple of them, like, that's great. But all the shots that we had dialed up, for the most part, like they hit for us. So it's just kind of surprising for anybody on the offense to see the productivity like that.
How did you fight through the nerves?
I think it was just once I got hit, or just once you started playing, like, you kind of forget about it. But I think I caught myself, like, in the third quarter or something. I was like, that just happened. Like, we're in the third quarter right now. This is real. Like, this is like real life.
This is really going on right now.
So that was weird. But then that let me know at least that I was in the right mindset to really not let anything else kind of creep into my mind throughout that first half. But I don't really know what it was, but I just know I was able to get the job done. How
many messages did you have on your phone when you got in the locker room?
A lot, yeah. No, I'm still so bad with responding to people. I'm something I want to get better at. Seriously, like people, but.
You're a little busy.
Yeah, no,
it feels like you've just given thought to this.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could do better at this.
No, I can, but it's tough after those games. And I remember Coach Vrabel, one of the most, my favorite things he ever said was, don't pay attention to the people who text you after wins. Pay attention to the people that text you after losses. And know who your real people are and who's sticking for you throughout the good and the bad times. And obviously take it with a grain of salt, but I always look forward to seeing who's going to be, in my messages after a bad game opposed to a good game.
God, that's funny that you bring that up, because there were people like that would call in our show and be like, well, Vrabes isn't praising him, after that great game, like publicly over and over or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and so the fact that he told you that kind of makes it all make sense.
Yeah, no, I think it's just him being, a coach and not wanting to blow smoke at my ass, I completely get that.
Keep it real,
yeah,
right?
And I don't want coach telling me all the things that I want to hear. I want someone to be there to push me and to make sure that I'm working to get to the level where I know I can get to. So I didn't play a single game that I think Vrabel would have been justified in saying I did have a great game, whatever. If anything, it may have been that first one, but that's just part of his coaching style, and I completely get it, and I never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think about the AFC South now with you, with Anthony Richardson, with Trevor, with CJ. I mean, that's a young quarterbacks league. It's going to be, just from our perspective, it's going to be fun to kind of watch you guys over the course of the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Battle with each other and compete.
Yeah, I saw something. I'm the oldest of the four of us, which is crazy to think about.
Is that true?
I did turn 25 in a week. And but it's just really talented teams across the board. It's funny how, our division was considered to be not so competitive, and now these last couple of years we've shown that we have playoff contenders across the board. So opportunity to go out there and show how I fall in those rankings and hopefully, get the best of those teams when we play them.
Somebody in the chat said, Will has great hair. What kind of shampoo does he use?
I use.
I'm surprised I didn't know.
I use Kiehl's shampoo and conditioner and body wash.
That's good stuff.
Oh, Kiehl's drugstore. Yeah.
It's K-I-E, like H-L.
H-L.
Yeah. There you go, people.
No free
I'm
promos.
here for that. That's right.
All right, Taylor Warren.
Wait, we're not in NIL season, though.
Win in Rome asked, favorite teammate of all time?
Favorite teammate of all time. I'm going to go just because I had him here this past weekend, but I had a great group of friends that I played with at Penn State. And my buddy Henry Fessler, who I lived with for 3 years, he was a walk-on wide receiver, never touched the field, but was just the ultimate locker room dude and was able to keep everyone in a good mood. And was just the most fun, just nice, just humble person to hang out with. So got to give it to my boy Hanky D's if he's listening.
Hanky D's.
What
That's
a great
outstanding.
nickname.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about the hometown kid here, man, Berrien Brown. How electric was he up at Wichita, Kentucky?
Unreal. I mean, when he and Dane walked in there and, I knew that I'd have to have 2 true freshman wide receivers out there on the outside for my senior year.
Yeah.
I knew I had to take a lot of responsibility of just, bringing these guys along, but didn't have to do much. They had the right mindset from day one and right away realized kind of with Calvin, just how fast and dynamic Berrien was, and one of those people I really kind of had to flip that switch and treat a little differently when I'm throwing the ball. But that dude can fly. I mean, probably, I don't know. I'd like to see him and Calvin in a foot race, honestly. That'd be very close.
Earl Cone.
That's a speed.
But yeah, just a great dude. And, it's cool that he's from here. And I remember spending some time with him when we played in that bowl game here and talking just about the area. And then, all of a sudden I get drafted here, which is pretty cool.
Will Levis, 3HL. So have you gotten to know Nashville pretty good? You got favorite places that you go, things that you do?
The things I do is go out to eat, that's my socializing is finding the restaurants that I like here. There's a handful of spots.
So where Tyjae Spears likes to go?
Tyjae Spears?
He loves the 1230 Club, right? No. Eddie V's. Eddie V's.
He does love Eddie V's. Yeah, we went there last summer. I remember that was fun. I know. I'll give a shout out to my boy John, but NoCo out in East Nashville. I just went there last night. That's one of my favorite spots right now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool.
Last question for you. Because we were talking in the break about your family and all that. 3 younger sisters.
Yes.
You're the guy. I'm just curious how that shaped you as a person. Were you super protective brother? Are you still how are you as older brother?
I didn't have to be very protective, and that's just a testament to how good people my sisters are. And I never really had to step in and kind of, ruffle any feathers with any guys growing up, which was nice. But I always wanted a brother.
I don't think they mess with you.
I always wanted a brother. There's 7 years between my youngest and the second youngest, and I remember crying when I found out that it was going to be another girl.
Yep.
And because I thought I was going to be it would make me soft. I thought having all girls, I want a brother. I need someone to be able to rough
you up. Yeah.
I don't know, but it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. I think that it made me more loving. It made me more respectful towards women. It made me more understanding of women and but just great people, and I'm lucky that they handled themselves and my parents were able to bring them up the way they did so that I didn't have to step in and be that evil older brother.
That's right. Good
there
stuff.
he is. He's Will Levis going into year 2, Tennessee Titans quarterback. Thanks for coming to the studio, man. I know you've got so much going on. We really appreciate the time. I know Titans fans do too.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
And so everybody knows he got up at butt crack of dawn, went and played a pro-am golf today, which is 6 freaking hours, then came in and sat with us for over an hour and is now going back to the building to do stuff. So props to you, Will Levis. We appreciate you.
Unplug at some point.
How'd you become a Celtics fan, real quick?
I was born in Boston. My dad's from Boston, so I'm all Boston sports fan, yeah.
Okay. So what about baseball? Red Sox?
Oh, Red Sox. I was Red Sox, Patriots, Bruins, Celtics growing up.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, hey,
a lot of championships. Fun childhood.
All right. So let's get one to the Titans.
Let's do it.
Take the trophy into Miss Amy at the facility.
That's the only one that matters.
That's right. All right. There he is, Will Levis.